free. Yeah. You want to do something? You want to do something fun? Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Sheila and this is my dog Raja. He's an Airedale Terrier and he's 18 months now. And recently I put up a YouTube video on how to handstrip an Airedale Terrier's ears. And some people have commented on how to achieve such a pretty ear set on an Airedale. And it's actually a process that I started with him ever since he was about 10 to 12 weeks old. When a puppy is teething, you can actually reset the ear set. And we achieve that by gluing the ears to the sides of the skull. So a couple of my friends are asking me how to do that, and I thought I'd do a little video to share that with you. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that helps to get a puppy ear set with big floppy ears to a nice pretty pricked ear set on an Airedale as an adult. It's really a personal preference whether or not you want to set your ears for your dog. I'm OCD and I like things to be balanced and symmetrical, and so I like my dog looking his best, and that's why I glue his ears. Yeah. Yeah. These are some of the items I will be using when I am preparing my puppy to get his ears glued, or when I take them off, so to unglue. And I have the iodine solution, which I use as an antiseptic to clean the ear leather as well as the side of the head. I also use the tear mender fabric adhesive, the non-toxic version. I use a very good ear cleaner, a medicated ear cleaner, and you can also use witch hazel. I have cotton balls, earbuds, cotton pieces, and a nice, very detailed and small scissor, just for very tight areas I need to take the glue off, and of course treats. When I'm about to glue my puppy's ears, I always try to make sure that the head is almost bald, or I trim the coat here very, very tightly, and also the hair on the sides of his skull to be very, very tight, so that I can actually evaluate where the ear set should be ideally. If there's a lot of hair covering it, I won't be able to see anything, you know. I need to be able to make sure that it's symmetrical in the exact same spots on both sides of the ear. And this hair that's on the ear leather I also like to strip it really tight. I know of some Airedale breeders who use a clipper to shave this and shave this and shave this as well, but for me personally, because I plan to show him even as a puppy, I want to make sure that I have as much of his coat not clipped. So all of this I am going to strip right now, and some of this I'm also going to strip. So after I prepped the head and the ears and it's ready to go to be glued down, I want to check the ear set where I would like the ear to be placed. So from the front, let's see if I can do it for the camera. I want his ears to be pricked up. The fold or the crease should be about maybe half an inch above the top of the skull. And so I want the tip of that ear leather to point to the outer corner of the dog's eye. So I want it to be parallel this way when I glue it. So this side, this ear is going to be pointing to the outer corner of the right eye, and the left ear is going to be pointing to the outer corner of the left eye. I'm going to be using the iodine. I know of some people who prefer to use tincture of benzoin, and that's fine. So I use it on my cotton ball like that, and I'm just gonna apply it liberally on the parts that I plan to glue. So the glue will be on the top triangle here, and then on the outer corner of the ear, and on the sides of his skull. I'm gonna apply it wherever I think the glue is gonna be on, so that it provides a disinfecting layer between the glue and the dog's skin. And I'm going to repeat that on both sides. So it's basically the sides of the head right here, all along the inner side of the ear, even on this side where the cartilage is right here, and to the outer triangle. After I've applied my iodine, I'm waiting for it to dry a little bit, just so it gets a little tacky and sticky almost. And I'm just gonna practice laying my ear the way I want it to. So I'm just gonna keep practicing and adjusting how I want the ear to lay, like so. And then assessing to make it identical. I'm just gonna apply a little more. I think I don't have enough. Okay. And then, this is the tricky part. I'm going to be using my left hand thumb to push the cartilage in this way, and use my right hand and folding the ear to how I want it to be placed. Just like so. I am back with Raja, and currently his ears are glued, as you can see, and I'm about to unglue them to check his ear set, and I figured I'd do it with you so you can see how I do it. His ear has now been glued for about 2 weeks, and as you can tell, this side is still all pretty much glued in. It's this triangle here, right here on the bottom piece, and on the inner edge on this side. On this side, I don't have any glue because I want to have an air circulation going to the ear. I put a cotton ball in there just this afternoon because I just bathed him, and I put a cotton ball in so that when I'm drying him, water doesn't get into the ear and it helps to muffle the sound of the dryer. And this side, I just want to show you, I've already removed the glue, and I stripped the glue little by little, and on this side as well. And then I'm going to just clean this area up, clean the ear leather up as well, and the inside of the ear canal. So I'm going to detach his ear from the glue. Right now it's acting as a in between the ear leather and the hair. So I'm just gonna, you can do it any way you like, this way or this way, and you can also use your scissors, but I plan to hand strip a little bit and just slowly pull it, separate it like that, just little by little. See, just a little bit. Can you see the glue is here? I'm gonna try my very best not to block the view, your view. So I'm just pulling a little bit off, just a little bit like that, just a little bit. Slowly pull the ear leather off from the glue. This is just glue and some of his hair. See, like that, just a little bit, just a little bit. And if it gets too close to the skin and you can't seem to pull, you can always use your scissor, right? So I'm just gonna do it as much as I can. Now I am just gonna really carefully use my scissors. If I can't seem to strip it easily, I will normally use the scissors. Just a little bit. See, it actually just comes off. I like to strip out as much as I can instead of cutting the coat. See, as I'm pulling, some of that baby hair or his coat is coming out with the glue. And just remember to hold the skull tight so it doesn't give the dog as much discomfort. See, it's coming out pretty nicely. Just a little bit at a time. Not to be greedy, just go very slow. Just a little bit at a time. See, it's slowly coming off. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, Raja. That's my boy. See, it's just a little bit of the dried up glue and some of his hair, some of the fur that's going to be pulled out anyway, because he's a hand stripped breed, remember? So you can start slowly removing a little at a time. See, just like so. This is where the witch hazel comes in after I remove. So here are the pieces that I just pulled off. One side of it is actually just the glue, and the other side has a little bit of his hair. And so here he is, how he looks immediately after I took off the glue. And I am now going to start cleaning out all this gunk right here, and then just clean up a little bit on the edges of the ear leather, and then I'm gonna go in and then clear the hair out from the ears and clean him real good. I'm going to use the witch hazel on the cotton pieces, and go over the ear on the outside, sides of the head a little bit. Lay down, Raja. Lay down, Raja. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Put down. I'm basically using the witch hazel to soothe the ear leather over here, because I just irritated it by removing the ear and stripping out some of that hair that came off with the glue. So it helps to soothe the skin. Hi everyone, here we have baby Hazel. We just glued her ears. We've used the benzoin to disinfect and clean up the areas where we'll be applying the glue, and then we used hair mender, and her ears were originally pricked a little too high, so we've made sure that the crease is lower this time to the top of the skull, because the breed standard wants this crease to be just slightly above the skull. We don't want it to be popping up too high, so we've reduced it and made it lower this time. So the tip now is pointing toward the outside corner instead of the eye or the inside corner. So this will help to make sure that the ear set or the crease right here will be slightly lower than previously. And we've glued the outer corner here, and we've also glued the outer corner here, but not in the middle, because my personal preference is to be able to get access to the ear canal, so I can stick my little finger right in through her canal. That way I can be assured that it's not going to leave any possibility of a possible ear infection, because the ear canal is completely sealed out. So in a couple of weeks we'll take them down again and we'll be able to check and see how her ear set is. But look at how cute baby Hazel is. And there's Raja hanging out. See, that's what I did, like to reduce the height of the fold lower, so that it's just folding right above the top of the skull according to the breed standard, because you don't want the ear to be too high, then it looks like a wire fox terrier, and that's really wrong. So yeah, so very soon Hazel will look like Raja. Yeah. Hi Hazel. Alrighty.